It finally happened. RightStuf is dead. It was bound to happen eventually after Crunchyroll bought out the company last year, but it is still sad to see that as of October 10th, RightStuf is basically going out of business, or the brand is dead. Thankfully though, all the products that were on RightStuf will be migrating over to the Crunchyroll store. This is of course quite expected in a sense, because after Crunchyroll bought out RightStuf, they didn't really want to keep RightStuf around because they don't want two competing brands when they can just roll everything under the Crunchyroll umbrella, same as they have been doing with the Funimation properties and whatnot. Now, a lot of people have been dismayed at this news, though I don't see how people would really be surprised, as this is usually how things go. It is nothing new, it's nothing special, it's just business. RightStuf though has been a beloved brand as far as I know for a long time. It probably started barely after I was born. Not sure how old it is, maybe early 2000s? Yeah, 1997. So it was actually made before I was born. And as far as I've heard, they have been really good in terms of providing quality, shipping, quality, and everything in general from RightStuf I have heard over the years have been pretty good and generally of a high standard. I have very little experience using the company myself, but basically all I've heard is good. Now, I'm not sure how the quality will continue when they are now going to be just under Crunchyroll and be more integrated with Crunchyroll, though I don't suppose it will be much different than what it was before. It's just a name change, as after the buyout, I assume things were settled back then in terms of logistics. For me, I was most worried about a lot of products not moving over, but as far as we were informed at least, we were informed that every single product that is currently on RightStuf will move over to the Crunchyroll store. So that is good news at least. It means that hopefully no product will be lost in that sense. Now, I'm not sure if the pricing will be the same when it moves over. I mean, I hope so. I would be very annoyed if Crunchyroll decides to not offer the same product at the same prices as it was on the RightStuf store, but I assume we just have to find out. In other good news as well, Crunchyroll did inform us that there is supposed to be no disruption to international shipping and availability, so people that were worried about international purchases and such, when it now officially got over to Crunchyroll and the Crunchyroll store, seemingly there would be no issue with that. As far as I know, RightStuf and the same staff, the same people, will still be handling the shipping and the handling of merchandise and products, so there won't be any change in the structure of how the companies run. Just that, again, it is a brand change, name change, and just consolidating things under one official store umbrella. And Crunchyroll also informed us that there will be no effect on any of the licenses that RightStuf had, so hopefully that is good as well. Another item on the agenda that people have been worried about after this news came to light this week is whether there will be proper sales as RightStuf has had in the past moving forward on the Crunchyroll store. And Crunchyroll did say that the store will have a 2023 holiday season sale, which is quite similar to one that RightStuf holds every year, but there will be some changes to how it operates, which is all we know for now. Hopefully though, the sale will be decent at least, and in the spirit of RightStuf and how they did their sales in the past, but I assume a bit more corpa. It is what it is. Now again, as far as I know here from this news, nothing will really be changing per se. It is just basically killing off the RightStuf brand and moving it all under officially to the Crunchyroll store, but I did not see any news or information regarding any changes to the corporate structure, any changes to how shipping is handled, or to how product procurement or anything is handled. It seems that all the processes that have been in place since before and after the takeover last year will remain the same. So with all that being said, this is probably going to be fairly fine. Again, you can have your issues and problems and thoughts on whether you like more consolidation in one sphere of an industry, or whether you prefer to have more open competition, but from a consumer standpoint, so far at least, there is no obvious signs that point to this being a big negative for consumers. Ideally, of course, Crunchyroll doesn't want to make a worse offering because they want to keep customers happy, at least to an extent, because of course if they are too unhappy, they will simply stop buying with them. At least that is the hope when consumers actually stand their ground. Personally, I think this is going to be overall fine. I'm very interested to see how the store on the Crunchyroll website is going to look like when all these things migrate over. My biggest worry was that they would cut a lot of like manga and light novels and stuff like that from the store, but since it says everything will be carried over, I will have to see how that exactly looks on the 10th of October when this change happens. But rest in peace, RightStuf. You were a good friend and ally and provider of services for a long time, and may you rest, in peace for all the good you have done for the weeb and anime community. With all that being said, what do you think of this official change? Do you think anything will really be changing? What are your thoughts on the acquisition that happened last year? Or what are your thoughts about this in general? Feel free to leave those down below. I would love to read and respond to them. With all that being said, please do leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to signal that you like these sort of anime videos as well, covering news and events in the industry, not just episode reviews. Anyhow though, that'll be it from me. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day and watch more anime. Bye bye.